Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Paralysed from the chest down following a motorcycling accident in 2013, Sujith has gone on to break barrier after barrier, an inspiring story to so many, and the new holder of a Guinness World Record. Welcome to the show, Sujith Varghese.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Also, very early for you. Or is it a time you normally wake up
Well,
at?
it's not too early, not too late, but yeah, a little bit more than usual, I would say.
You've been on the show this morning before. But
I've been, yes.
Today you come back holding a record in front of you.
Yes.
Can we show the audience?
Yes, let's do that.
Guinness World Record for the largest GPS drawing in Dubai, achieved on 12th of March 2013. It was 8.71 kilometers. Tell us about it.
Well, Case, you believe it or not, I've been doing a lot of physical activities over the years. Like in 2018, I pulled a car. And last time I was on the show for
Pulled a car 2018. As you do.
Being a personal trainer, the first person of determination to be a personal trainer. So it's like, as we go back in the topic of life, once you do something, you want to do something better and better and better to prove it out there to yourself, to the world, and make a difference, right? End of the day, because everything has a message to it. So Guinness World has always been on my mind. I'm like, dude, how high can you actually dream and think of? I'm like, wouldn't Guinness World be something out of the world, right? It's one of a kind. And believe it or not, and I've been practicing this visual thinking manifestation, and I genuinely believe it. So there was some conversation with friends. I would just put it out there. Hey, you know what? How good will it be if I get a Guinness World Record? But I talked to them with the intention that I want that in my life. Right? And believe it or not, 2021, December is when I get a DM in my Instagram from the senior PR manager of Guinness. Hi Sujith, we are following your page. We love your content. Are you interested in breaking a Guinness World Record?
Does that happen?
That doesn't. I don't think that really happens. But
wow,
that's
incredible.
how the birth of this Guinness World started for my journey. They approached me.
Okay.
In 21.
And do they come with a long list of suggested records?
So this was the interesting part. So I was like, are you interested? I'm like, yeah, definitely. And we got talking. And then in 2022 beginning, they sent me a list of 10 items, 10 things that I could do and I could break. But 8 of them, I think 7 of them were not physically possible for me due to the level of injury. You need more core balance and control to perform some of them. So I said no. But one of them was pulling a car. I'm like, wait, I've done this. But what I did was 1,250 kilos. The minimum requirement was 1,700. But then thinking about it, I could still pull it off because I used to practice with 2,500. Right? So I'm like, but what is that? It wouldn't be an X factor wow thing. And it had a time frame as well. So then they got brainstorming, and then he comes back to me. He's like, why don't we do the largest GPS drawing? And I was like, what is this? I had no idea what was this. So I had to literally go and Google what is the largest GPS drawing. And I figured it out. And then the next question was, what do we do? What can it be? I mean, I could literally write my name, Sujith, across Dubai, and that make a world record. Not bad, right? But what's the impact?
Yeah.
So then when we thought about it, like, why not a design of a wheelchair? I mean, I'm representing an entire community to show, to inclusivity, to show that people of determination can do anything that they want. And it's always in the mind. It's the person that you are, It's not the physical limitations of a person. It's always the mind. And I've been telling that from day one. And they all loved the idea of a wheelchair, and we went and did it. And I had to design it. So it took me, I think, a week. I was on Google Earth, literally scanning Dubai, every nook and corner, because the challenge is, even though I want to design a wheelchair, the roads have to be suitable.
Of course.
This is where it gets interesting, because I had to find a big round, because a wheelchair's wheel. So when I have a Google Earth in my view, the only big rounds are coming in the palm, in JVC, and these two I tried to create a lot, but it did not work. Like palm was a big fail. JVC was, but it came like, I think 50 to 60% what I wanted, but then the roads were not supporting.
What a huge challenge that you needed to face.
Right, that was a huge, because Guinness World told me, we will facilitate your program, but you have to do the work. So you have to create the design, you have to, check with the approvals and everything. And then finally one day I'm like, wait, Dubai Mall, downtown kind of looks nice. And I just saw the curve, the downtown curve, and I just started designing it, and it fit perfect. Wow. Like it was, I don't know, miracle or magic, but downtown just happened to be perfect. And you've seen the design of the record. So it's, I would say, yeah, like 99% almost there.
So 8.7 kilometers, what record were you breaking? What was the previous?
So I made a record. I made the record you guys got to beat my record, no? So that's what it's never been done before by a person in a wheelchair. People have done it in cars, people have done it in cycles, but no one has done it in a wheelchair. So in a wheelchair, that's why if you see the title of the record, it's largest GPS drawing individual CID2. CID2 means a person of determination.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
That is amazing.
Thank you.
And how did the Dubai police get involved?
Wow, let's just give the biggest shout out to Dubai police right now.
Every day.
Because they were very supportive. Like I had multiple meetings with them and they were very supportive, especially Dubai police, Dubai Imar Command Center. And they were very supportive. They loved the idea. We took them through all the routes and they saw the roads that they had to block. But on the day of the event, okay, this is what I'm expecting. The reporting time was 5 o'clock under Burj Khalifa fountain. And I land at 5 o'clock and I'm expecting 5 cars, right? I'm thinking maybe 3 cops, maybe 2 in front, 1 back, and 2 cars from Guinness World Record with the judges and the rest, and the camera crew. I land at 5 o'clock in Dubai Mall, in Burj Khalifa under the fountain, and I see there are 20 cars, right? Okay, I see 20 cars, and 18 of them are Dubai police cars. 1 is the ambulance, 1 is the studio guys, the garage studio guys van. And this was at the beginning of the race. As I progress and as I'm crossing Financial Center, Zabil Palace, coming back, before I reach a destination, there's already like 3-4 cars blocked, every single possibility of, vehicles interrupting the journey. So it was like, I would say close to 30 cars at least. All throughout.
And you had no idea as you
I didn't expect this level of escort from Dubai police. So it was quite a dope moment. Yeah.
A massive shout out because they're just helping with this story of inspiration to propel.
And I had this cop. I was thinking I was doing this completely by myself, right? But there was this cop they assigned in the last minute. They were like, Seth, he will run with you. So I had a cop running with me and he was very motivating. Like there was certain, like Dubai Mall, let me take this out. I'll show you the clip. The Dubai Mall's, the leg of the wheelchair had to go through Dubai Mall, right? So I had to, so when I was designing it, I was doing above Dubai Mall. Well, it would look like a wheelchair, but not like the most perfect, right? So I had to go under Dubai Mall. And the roads under Dubai Mall is not
leveled.
It's not leveled. So that was a very hard journey for me.
It's like the cobblestones?
Yes.
Oh, true,
so it's like the more power I use, my legs, because I don't have stability, it'll just come off the wheelchair. And then I'm using one. And they have small humps. So all these were challenges. But the biggest challenge was entering Dubai Mall was a steep, like fashion parking. It's a steep, so I just have to slide down. But getting out of Dubai Mall is a slope.
Oh no.
And this I'm doing after I'm done with probably 6.5 kilometers. So now you can physically think about my body and how tired I am. And wheeling that last steep, okay, I'm really got to show you this video. And I have to do it in one shot. Because if I can't just do it bit and wait because I would just fall back. So that was, I think, the most challenging part for me from the race. I think right after I finished that, I kind of felt I was done with the race. Because now rest was just wheeling another 1.5 kilometers. Yeah.
That is incredible. Where do you get this motivation from? Like, just a normal person going to the gym and they press incline on the treadmill more than they should, and they're just like, you know what, that's it, that's all the workout I need for the week. But for you, that motivation to just keep going, where does it come from?
Well, I keep pushing myself, Simran, like I was just telling Sahir a while ago, I think I pushed myself a little too much. Like at times there are days, I was just telling this to somebody else as well yesterday, there are days at 9 o'clock I'm done with an entire days of work. I stay by myself. I have to do a lot of things by myself at home, cook, clean. I personal train clients, so I got to personal train them. I have to work out myself. And after all this, sometimes there are days when I'm so busy and packed with a lot of other work and activities. And at 9 o'clock, I'll be sitting on my bed and I'll be wondering, okay, I didn't go to the gym today. But then I have this thought always in my head. And it's a good thought for me because it pushes me to work very hard in life. And I really think working hard is very important. And what I think about it is that if you don't go to the gym and put in that work today, right? You can lazy and be on bed, but if you don't put in that work today, somebody else will be taking your spot, Sujith. So that hits me, and I literally get up out of my bed, I take in a pre-workout, and by 9:30, 10, I'm in the gym. And I'm there till 11, 11:30, and then I come back. So this really keeps me going. And it's like, beginning is always very hard, to develop that mindset. But once you do, and you start seeing the results for it, you never stop. right? So it's always about, so people are like, no, I want to do this, but I don't know how to start. But I tell them, you should actually push yourself. Like pushing yourself means doing those things you're not comfortable with. I would rather be on bed, no doubt. I would love to be on bed, but no, but that fear that I need to do more in life. Like my life is just not working a 9 to 5 job, making money and, enjoying on the weekends. I mean, there's so much more that people don't realize the potential that they have, like in every individual. Like I was telling this, 90% of the people literally die without even realizing their true potential, because everyone is so comfortable. Everyone doesn't think that they can be worth that greatness. You got to start believing that you are worth insane amount of greatness, and you can be in a position that the whole world can know you, but you got to believe it. Do I believe it? I believe like a madman. I believe like I'm the best in what I do. And you know what's the best part? I didn't have training for this event. People know me they know I'm a gym freak, they know I work out, but during this particular event, I was sick, I was on antibiotics, I was having fever the week before the event, and I had 2 days of training in the past 3 weeks before the day of the event. On Friday night, and this is what I want to tell a message, this is not arrogance, but this is the confidence I believe everyone should have on themselves. On Friday night, I'm sitting with someone and they told me, Sujith, is it happening on Sunday, which is day after tomorrow? And you have been sick and you don't have training. And I told him, do you think you can pull it off? Like, it's not a small feat. It's 8.71 kilometers. You got a wheel. The whole world is going to watch you. You have Dubai police literally blocking downtown, my friend. And I told them, if there's anybody in Dubai who can do it today, it's only me. So that's the confidence I had. And maybe at that time, I was not sure, but that's what I said, so.
It's truly incredible. When did you develop this like unstoppable mindset? Because as we mentioned at the beginning of the show, you had an accident in 2013,
right,
which essentially left you paralyzed. Did you have that confidence pre-accident? Did you always know you were going to achieve the impossible, or did that come after the accident?
No, I would say probably I just had 20% of it, to be honest to you. Like, I was in athletics before my accident, so I had that a little bit of confidence, but not to the level I have it today. I can't even compare it to that, Sujith. But after the accident, definitely I went through so much of phases. Like, I think everyone, when we go through trauma or any other problems in life, right? Like, I also went through depression. I went through loneliness. I went through a phase where I thought, is anything worth anymore? I didn't have friends. I was literally in this box of not knowing what to do. And no one's asking me, Sujith, what's your next plan? Nobody's asking me to work. No one's asking, what are you going to do? Because nobody knew how to react to the situation I was in. Mm-hmm. And I went through that. But then I reached a point where I had to make a choice. I'm like, is this how I'm going to live? Or am I better than this? Like, I used to be a boxer. I was a basketball player. I was an athlete. I was a speaker. And I was all that until accident happens and suddenly I'm a guy in a wheelchair. No, that cannot be my ending. I mean, come on. Like, I was so young. So then I start one step at a time and, it built over time. Like, I would say the biggest thing that gave me the confidence was coming back in 15 and being skin and bones. I don't even know if you've even seen me that time. You don't even know me that time, right? Like, so I was skin and bones, and I still made a choice to go to the gym because I felt going to the gym, making me stronger, will give me more independence. And that built to more things coming. And 2018, I was like, let me do something insane, right? Which was pulling a car. And that wasn't funny, like people say, wow. I mean, I know the amount of, I used to literally every day without telling my folks, okay, now they know about it, but without telling my folks, I used to take my car and call my friends. We used to tie those cars together and we used to have one more car as an anchor. And I bought ropes from Times Square and like these pulling ropes, the towing ropes, right? And I used to tie it on my body and be pulling these cars every day for practice. So this is the reality, what people don't know what happened behind the scene. And I used to exert myself so much because I needed to do this, right? So, I mean, you just want to go bigger and bigger and bigger. I mean, you just see, and when you put in a work and you really work hard for it, I have got results and I believe everyone can do the same.
Amazing.
Well, congratulations on this amazing achievement. So how did you feel like when they said like, yes, it's done, you have broken the record? What were you feeling?
I think the last 100 meters of the race, none of my muscles were connected to my feelings of pain or anything, and I couldn't feel it. I was literally wheeling one hand at a time. And as soon as I finished it, it was like, it started at Burj Khalifa and it ended at Burj Khalifa. And I tapped on the floor. And then, I had this biggest sense of like, I knew I did it, you know, like when the journey is over. Because, you know, someone asked me this, when do you really feel the pressure of it? When I started the race, I was in full pump, right? I was listening to pre-work, I was listening to music, and I was like all pumped up, and you know, I was listening to my best jams, and I wheeled. I think the first 800 meters, I wheeled like so fast, like the cop had to run with me, you know. People are like, dude, wow, this guy's going to finish it earlier than we expect. But that is just your initial energy. And after the first, I think, kilometer, somewhere close to the hand of the wheelchair, I stopped because everything started hurting and I was done and I was exhausted. And I just took a break and I just told myself, dude, you have 7.5 kilometers more to go. And you have eight convoys behind you.
Pressure.
It's Guinness World Record, and this is happening, and you cannot give up. But your muscles are hurting like really bad. So that is when things actually just fall down on you, and that is when it's a mental game. You know, that's when you really push yourself. So then from then on, it's just you got to do it. And I kept screaming to myself, champion. You can. You know, I just keep motivating myself. And then even the Asef, the cop, was also shouting the same things with me, you know. So it just keeps you going till the very end. And then when Kanzi, who was my adjudicator, when she's awarded me that, I mean, I was on top of the world. Yeah, I think, what more do I say?
Woo! So they had this ready for you.
They had it ready. But they would decide to give it to me or not. But they had it ready.
We're taking this home. I have goosebumps for you, truly. This has been in the atmosphere since 2001, and it's come to fruition 2001, 2023. Dare we ask what's next? Are you just chilling, or what's going on?
I have something in mind, but I always tell this to people, you know, I would really love if my actions speak louder than my words. Like, I could tell you guys some, but I really think my results should speak. So, but definitely what my next steps would be to make a movement being flown, because I've been working all this while to make my voice heard, you know, to make people understand that you have so much more potential and limits. Because my idea was, I was not born with all these gifts, you know, but I developed it over time because I was put in limits to push myself to that extent. So when I saw things are possible, I want to tell to people that, you know, you can change your entire life by making a different decision. You can literally change your entire life. Let me say that again. You can change your entire life by making a choice today. Like, if you just change your mindset and your perspective from your comfort zone, and you put it into working really hard and doing things no matter what. Like, I have done things no matter what. In the gym, I go every day. I hear 10 different sounds cracking on my body. I don't know which bone is broken, but I still go push it. I probably push it a little too much, but I do that. You know, when I was pulling cars, I used to pass out, nearly pulling cars. I used to put water on my face, get back up. But did I get what I wanted? Right? So, I mean, even the world record, I was dead. I was dead wheeling 8.71 kilometers. I didn't have training. I had 2 days of training. I have a Guinness World Record to my name today. So
I have to say, just inspiring on all levels. And I've no doubt Simran and I and everyone watching today are just blown away by what you've done and what you will achieve. So inspiring. But thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me.
We really appreciate it, guys. That is all we have time on the show. Guinness World Record breaker, Sujith Varghese, and that's goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.